Into boxing here, and I'm delighted to be joined by Jack Massey. How are you, Jack?
I'm all good, thank you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks for asking.
Good, good.
Speaking with you ahead of your big fight on Friday night, the IBO Cruiserweight World Title against Bilal Laggoune. What sort of fight are you expecting on Friday?
I think it's going to be a bit of a boxing match. He looks like he's not really a brawler. I think he comes to box. From watching the Tommy McCarthy fight, it goes the distance, the full 12 rounds. He's a tough opponent. But yeah, I'm expecting a bit of a boxing match.
Obviously, it'll be your second time out this year, last out in July. Obviously, on the back of the pandemic, how important has it been for you to keep active and obviously get some momentum going into this fight?
Yeah, definitely. Activity is key, isn't it? You've got to be ready for fights like this. The world title. So you've got to be active coming into fights like these.
And obviously, it'll be the fight's going to be shown on FightZone on Friday. How much is that going to help propel yourself and propel your profile?
Yeah, massively, mate. FightZone are doing absolutely amazing. Like you say, they got me the IBF European title. First fight with them, and then straight into this IBO World Title. So, doing an amazing job. They've got a good following now. A lot of people are watching on the live stream, FightZone TV. So it'll propel me, into big things, especially winning this title.
Obviously, you say there that they've got a good following on the app. Will you have a good following in the arena on Friday night?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Tickets, still going now. Done absolutely amazing with them. So we're gonna have it's gonna be a loud one.
Hearing those words on Friday night, I know you won't overlook your opponent, but if you hear those words on Friday night and the new IBO Cruiserweight champion, Jack Massey, what do you want 2022 to look like for yourself?
Keep the straps coming in, keep the titles coming in. There's always different routes. See who wants it. We've got something there now to make fights with. So see who wants it, whether it's another world title or whether it's the British or European. The Chris Smith fight or Lawrence Coley, something like that. So there's always different routes. So see what happens.
Obviously, you mentioned a couple of names there. I was going to ask you about them. Obviously, you got your only defeat on your resumes to Richard Riakporhe. He obviously had a victory the other week. Did you get to see any of that fight? And is that a fight again that you'd love to take?
Yeah, I didn't see the fight. I watched the highlights. Looked like he did well. But yeah, absolutely. If he, he's been out for a while after the fight with me, and he's not really got anything to offer at the moment. So let himself build him back up. If he gets the title, then absolutely.
And the other name you mentioned now was Chris Smith. Again, had a fight very recently as well. Did you get to see any of that? And what did you think of Chris's performance?
Yeah, I watched the fight. Probably not the best performance. I watched the McCarthy fight as well. Prior to that, and I think it was a close fight. And in my books, I had McCarthy up. To be honest, I think McCarthy should have got a rematch there, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. And his last fight, it didn't seem the best. So I'd take that fight tomorrow.
Obviously, a lot of good domestic names around the cruiserweight scene at the moment for yourselves. Obviously, there are plenty of big fights out there. If there was some sort of, I'm not saying there is going to be, but if there was some sort of a tournament between you all, or if you could all get the fights on again, would you be interested in doing that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like you say, there's some great fights to be made there. It seems to be all on British soil at the minute in the cruiserweight division. It's great, and I'm not scared of taking fights. If there's something there to be had, then 100%. I'd be well up for it.
Cool. And obviously on the world scene, We've seen the recent WBC convention, Canelo and Ilunga Makabu looks like it's going to be made. I think I think it's going to be at a catchweight now. But what are your thoughts on Canelo stepping up from super middle to cruiserweight?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? You know, it's unheard of. But there's only one man that can pull it off, and I think that's Canelo. You know, he's an incredible fighter, pound for pound, in my opinion, and I think he can pull it off. You know, it's a big ask, it's a big step, but I think he can pull it off. You know, Makabu is probably on the smaller side of most cruiserweights. Probably suit Canelo a little bit more, but you know, who knows?
Cool. And the final word to yourself, how does this Friday play out for you, and a final message for your fans?
So thanks everyone for getting tickets to this fight. Tune in on FightZone if you can't make it, and watch the fight on there. It's going to be a really exciting fight. It's not going to go the distance. So I think I'm going to catch him later on in the rounds, and I'll become, you know, the new IBO world champion.
Super. Well, Jack Massey, thanks very much for giving Into Boxing some of your time, and we wish you all the very best on Friday. Good luck, mate.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.